Hello everyone, my name is Northern Nate. Welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, I want to start talking about horror games. Since it's the start of October, I thought it'd be a great way to kick off one of my favorite holidays of the year. And instead of talking about great titles or series such as Silent Hill, the Resident Evil series, the Dead Space series, I like to talk about some of the kind of B-grade games. I love B-grade horror movies that don't really get a lot of recognition, or just kind of low-budget games or movies. So I kind of like that in games as well. You know, I know that some of these games don't have the best controls or best camera angles or any of that shit, but I still enjoy playing these kind of games and investing my time into it. Now, the first game I want to talk about is a game called Nightmare Creatures. It was released for the N64 in November 1998. Kind of missed the October month there, but whatever. It is a third-person action game in which you can have the option of playing two characters. One is named Nadia. She's like a kind of like a close quarters kind of melee attacker. And you also have this guy named Incanantis. Fuck, I don't know, some weird ass name. But he plays a more kind of long range type of person. He has like a big staff and he goes around, kicks ass with it. And I like to play that because I'm more of a long-distance fighter kind of person myself. Anyways, you play through the game, in which takes place in like the 1600s or something, like ancient times. No internet, no TV, kind of crazy shit. But it takes place, you know, in London area, and you go around, fight creatures like zombies. You got these big ass blue monster demon things that walk around and like destroy you and stomp you down. You also have like these weird kind of like four-armed demon things that come out of nowhere and just beat the shit out of you too. Now, the thing about Nightmare Creatures that I enjoy is the atmosphere and the music. They both tie in well with the environments. So like you'll get some spooky ass music as you're walking down corridors, and you'll see monsters just bust out and try to spook you. Spook! But it kind of adds to that kind of scare factor, even though it's not like a super spooky game. It kind of adds to that kind of low budget spooks you see in a lot of like B-grade movies too. And another thing I like about it is the variety of different weapons and items that you can use. So you have like these revolver guns that you can pick up with smashing through boxes, kind of like power-ups in every other type of game. And you have like one that'll just shoot one shot, but then you'll have one that'll like do like a whole kind of, your character will spin around and like shoot the shit out of everything. So if you get gangbanged in a corridor by like a bunch of demons and stuff, you can use that. There's also things like fire mines or fire bombs, and also explosive barrels that are surrounded in every kind of corridor location. So you just gotta be careful, because sometimes you'll be like running around and you'll see like 3 or 4 zombies or monsters come at you, and you're like, oh, okay, sweet, there's an explosive crate there, and you try to like shoot it and it'll fucking blow up everyone, including yourself. I've done that a few times. And you know, the one issue, or some of the issues that I have with it, although there are significant, they don't really make me not want to play the game. One of those, for example, is the controls. The A and B button are like your strong attack and your quick attack, and you can try to like combo those together to make better combos to defeat enemies. But then you have like the jump button is like the left C stick, which is weird, as well as to select the items. It's a really pain in the ass. You have to hold down one of the L and R buttons. I can't remember which one. I think it's the R button, and then like move the control stick over to swap buttons or to swap items, rather than just pressing the R button once and it switches over, kind of thing. I don't know, I thought that would have been easier to do. Another issue I have with it is the dodging is kind of iffy. So if you press back on the control stick, it actually kind of bounces you back. But sometimes, like if you're fighting someone in a corridor, you try to jump backwards and it doesn't work because you're stuck behind a fucking wall, or there's a crate there or some shit. And the blocking mechanism in it is a little bit tricky to time it properly. I find myself, because the big forearm ogre bastard guy, he comes at you with a strong attack, and you when you're trying to attack him, you're fucked. You're not gonna do any damage to him. So you have to kind of block and then go for your combos. So just trying to get those down is a little bit tricky, but after a few tries, you kind of get used to the way in which the controls work. So if you don't mind spending, 1 or 2 continues in the game, you'd be fine with it. Now, another issue I have with it is picking up items. Like I mentioned before, there's several items in the game that you can pick up to help aid you. But, so you'll break down, they're hidden mostly in crates. Sometimes they're in enemies, but it's not 100%. I think extra lives are in enemies sometimes. I don't know. But, so you'll break a crate open, and you'll see it there, right? So you try to press A to get it. It doesn't do anything, just kicks. You press B and it just does like your strong attack. So you're pressing every fucking button, try to get the items, but it's only if you go into a specific area or location of the crate, or a side of the crate, to pick up the item, and then you have to completely stop, and then you can pick up the item. I thought that was kind of annoying, just because, you should be able to just grab it instantly from any side, or, just jump on it and collect it automatically kind of thing. It was kind of a pain in the ass to do that. But there are boss battles. They're also quite fun. If you can get past the controls, because there's a certain specific way you always have to beat boss battles, obviously. That's why they're bosses. But I heard that there's a sequel out for this as well, for Nightmare Creatures. I think it's only on the PlayStation 2, or PlayStation though, which kind of sucks. And apparently there's full motion video in the PC version and the PlayStation version as well. But I'm a huge Nintendo 64 fan, so I picked it up on the 64, and you can get it for really cheap too. I think this one only cost me about $2 or $3. I mean, it's dirt freaking cheap. It's like a sweet deal. It's like a coffee. Although some people might want coffee more than this game, but hey, let me know if you've played this B-grade game right here, Nightmare Creatures. I think it's fun in terms of its gameplay. The environments, like I said, are super spooky, but I enjoyed it all the same. And let me know if you played this one or the second one. I'll keep my eyes out for it if people recommend me getting it. Like I said, I like horror games and horror movies, horror B movies. So I'm trying to boost up my B game collection, so I can have an even funner time next year for my October spooky thing majig. But anyways, let me know, and we'll see you in the next video. Until next time.